Hi loves, welcome to Olives. In this video, I'll share with you how to draft an all-shoulder cap corset, which will be later joined to an asymmetric skirt to make a full dress. So if you're interested in something like this, do keep on watching. If you are new here, my name is Olivia. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by once again. Without wasting much time, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are yet to. Let's get right into this tutorial. We are working on a dress and we are going to start with the bodice. This is our back bodice and this is our front bodice. Okay, we definitely have a tutorial on this pattern has the shoulder dart. This particular pattern is the underarm dart. The underarm dart has been transferred to the shoulder and there is no dart here. All right, now in case you might not want to use the shoulder dart and you would like to use your underarm dart, that is fine. All I will say is that while we are creating the cap, okay, make sure you slash from the dart line here to meet the nipple. This is the nipple line or the bust line. Make sure it gets to this point, and also make sure this particular dart is connected from the nipple point this way so you can close it. Make sure you close it before you create your cap. Right from this point, I have my shoulder to nipple. I mark my shoulder to under bust as well, and then my shoulder to waist. My shoulder to waist is actually 17. Let's go on to determine wherever we want our off shoulder to be. This dress looks like an off shoulder, but it is also a cap corset. From the shoulder, I will use 3 inches above the bust point or 6.5 inches from my shoulder. This is off and we are going to concentrate here. All right, so what we'll do next is to tighten our under bust. The quarter of my under bust is about 7.5. Okay, I'll measure from this that leg. I'll measure from here to the center front, and I'll mark it this way to note where it ends and continue from this other dart leg. So this is a normal waist dart. After measuring our under bust, excluding whatever we have here as a dart, we are going to measure the excess we have here and use it to tighten our under bust. So I have roughly 1 inch. I'll measure ½ inch towards the center front and mark the other ½ inch from here. So that means I've splitted the 1 inch into 2, marked half here, half here. Away from this hole that I'll connect this point to the nipple point. I'll also turn this to we are going to connect this line to the waist. Since we have already determined where we want the off shoulder to start from, I want us to take note of our cross front measurement. Okay, when you have your body, just measure your across front from one end of your armhole to the other. Whatever you have, you record it. So mine is 11 inches. 11 inches divided by 2 will give me 5.5. So I'll make sure that whatever I work with here has to be equal to 5.5 or maybe a little less than 5.5. I'll use 3/4 inch here or even more than 3/4 inch. I really want here to tighten up and not gape, and just mark ½ inch here. With the underarm dart, divide your shoulder into 2 and connect the line here to your nipple point. Locate down your shoulder to wherever you want the off shoulder to start from. This line here, you go in by maybe 3/4 inch and ½ inch, just like I've done, and blend it. I'm going to sort of close this dart. I need to start from here and I'll make sure that this one meets this one. We have to blend together. And then now I can connect. So sometimes if I don't want to close, I measure around the curve and make sure that the same measurement I have is the same at this point. Here and here is going to make up the off shoulder. All this part no more needed. I'm going to measure from here. This is what I have, and it's here. Okay, so I'll continue from here with this same mark. I think that is fine. For my armhole, this might be tight on me. My measurements have changed, so I'm just going to mark down half inch. If the top part of your corset, or if your corset cap is high, it may look funny. That is why you see most corset outfits looking much exposed, because it looks nicer that way. Because you use one seam, not exactly half inch, but please do as you please. Okay, I'm going to connect this 1 cm. If you have half inch, use half inch, and then I'll take this curved part and connect from this point to the underbust. From here, I think I should go with 1/4 from the side seam. If I do it and I'm not okay with it, I can always change my mind. Alright, so with this, you continue later. Let's work on the back. Whatever measurement you have from here to here, measure it from the shoulder down. You can either decide to have the back 2 or just keep the back piece 1. Do you get it? As in, you have 2 pieces for the back, or you just sew that so you can have 1 piece. I'll tighten the back by straightening it up. Okay, so this is it. And I also came down by half inch to create a new armhole, so it has to also reflect on the back. This is the new armhole. Now you can either go deeper to curve in, or I'll just keep the neckline as straight as it is. I'll keep mine this way. Back to our front piece. Cut the whole thing out, okay, and then overlap one on the other. For the bust waistline, this is my actual waistline, so I'll come down from this waistline by 4 inches. That's the depth of my bust. Okay, so this is the side. Connect it. After closing and reconnecting everything, you can go ahead and cut out. But before I cut out, I would like to add allowance straight forward. I don't want to add most of the allowance on the fabric. The front and back must be the same. This is roughly 6.5 inches. Yeah, that's correct. I'm going to mark a continuous line from here, from the waist, and that will help me to mark out the allowance. Okay, I'll use a total allowance of probably 1/3 inch. For the armhole and the inner cap area, I'll do that on the fabric. I have held these 2 caps onto a separate paper with a glue so we can create the 3-piece. Okay, we need to have here in the form of a curve. So I'm going to mark down the 1/3. So 1/3. So I'm going to take it this way. I'll keep my edges this way. I'll place some notches here, which is important while cutting. I'll put another notch at the center area. So we need a notch here and then another notch here, so we can join them together easily. You might want to keep it this way and sew it in a form of a dart, or if you keep it this way and end up sewing it in a form of a dart, then you will need this notch, okay? But if not, then you will have to separate them. So we have this. For the back, I also added allowance round from this new center back that we have here. I'll add about 1 inch zip extension following the center back line.